Modern York, AP. Donald Trump was on stage at a rally on Long Island final month, talking almost charges, when he showed up quickly spooked by something he'd spotted over his bear. "I thought this was a shrewd fellow coming up," he clarified, kidding that he was getting his elbow prepared to battle back. "You know I got a small bit of a howl issue here, right?" He included to snickers, employing a term recognizable to golf aficionados to portray a wonder once faulted on execution uneasiness where players suddenly lose the capacity to create simple shots. "I was all prepared to begin duking it out." It was a brief minute passed off as a joke. But as he returns to Butler, Pennsylvania, on Saturday for a rally at the location where a shooter opened fire in July, touching his ear with a bullet, the panic underscores the enduring aftermath for the candidate and his campaign indeed as much of the national consideration has moved to other emergencies. Past the two endeavors on his life in as numerous months, the previous president and GOP chosen one faces progressing passing dangers from Iran, which has too been faulted for hacking best campaign authorities and partners, compounding tensions as of now increased by a stepped-up security device and modern limitations on how he can campaign. Trump's partners demand he was not in a general sense changed by the shooter who let go from an unsecured roof at the rally in July or the would-be attacker in September who pushed a rifle barrel through the fence at his West Palm Shoreline golf course. The picture of Trump standing with blood streaked over his confront as he raised his clenched hand and yelled, "Fight," has become the permanent picture of the campaign. When you nearly lose your life, it remains with you. It remains with him, said Florida Representative Byron Donalds, a near-Trump partner. But that doesn't alter his resolve. His resolve is fair as solid because it ever has been. Trump staffers are on edge. There have been passing dangers coordinated at his assistance, and his group isn't as able to rapidly organize the mass revives that have continuously been the signature of his campaigns. Equipped security officers presently stand watch at the campaign's Florida base camp, and staff have been told to stay careful and alarm. Occasions have been canceled and moved around since the U.S. mystery benefit needed the assets to securely secure them. Indeed, with the utilize of glass blockades to ensure Trump on stage, there are concerns approximately holding extra revives outside due to fears almost rambles. Trump has blamed President Joe Biden's organization of intention denying security assets to assist bad habit President Kamala Harris, his equitable rival, by avoiding him from tending to expansive swarms. "They couldn't provide me any offer assistance. And I'm so irate approximately it since what they're doing is interferometer within the election," he said in a later Fox News meet. U.S. Mystery Benefit Representative Anthony Guglielmi said in an articulation that Trump is receiving heightened levels of U.S. mystery benefit protection, which our best need is moderating dangers to guarantee his preceded security at all times. Biden communicated concern for Trump after both death endeavors, saying in September, "Thank God the president is okay." Trump, too, presently voyages with a bigger security impression, with unused activity limitations exterior his Mar-a-Lago domestic in Florida, and a line of dump trucks and enormous weapons on show exterior Trump Tower in unused York when he's remaining there. As columnists recorded into his golf club in Bedminster, unused shirt, for a press conference this summer, visitors, counting a small young lady wearing a ruddy, white and blue washing suit, were constrained to exit their cars and go through airport-style metal locators as their vehicles were searched for bombs. Trump's campaign final week was briefed on preceded dangers from Iran in assumed countering for his administration's slaughtering of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani, an act that provoked Iran's pioneers to pledge revenge. In Eminent, a Pakistani man affirmed to have joins to Iran was charged in a plot to carry out political deaths on U.S. soil. Law authorization did not title the targets of the alleged plot, but lawful filings recommend Trump was a potential target. Iranian programmers have moreover been charged with taking data from Trump's campaign and attempting to pass it along to news organizations. In May, prosecutors say, the men charged started attempting to enter the Trump campaign, effectively breaking into the mail accounts of campaign authorities and other Trump partners. They at that point looked for to weaponize the stolen campaign fabric by sending spontaneous emails to individuals related with Biden's campaign. None of the beneficiaries who worked for Biden reacted. The cyberattacks have constrained a few staff to alter their email addresses and others to be watchful of communicating online. Trump as of now confronted phenomenal legitimate risk for a presidential candidate, with 4 criminal prosecutions, 1 coming about in a lawful offense conviction with sentencing deferred until after the election, 1 case expelled, and 2 pending, together with respectful claims that carry hundreds of millions of dollars in potential punishments. I think that from our point of view, fair from the campaign point of view, operationally, on the off chance that there's one gather of individuals that can handle something like this tossed in their lap, it's the group that Donald Trump collected to run this campaign, fair based on everything we've had to bargain with, whether it's claims to keep him off the vote, to prosecutions, to assassination attempts. Trump campaign senior counsel Chris Lachivita said. Trump talks of divine mediation. As for Trump, he talks more freely of divine mediation, pondering that God spared him in a range to spare the nation. He moreover regularly says that attackers as it were go after noteworthy presidents. Obviously, after you come inside a half an inch of a really distinctive result, that's tending to affect you, said modern York Representative Elise Stefanik, another partner who said she spoke to Trump the morning after the Butler shooting. Of course, those minutes truly make you consider a better control, why you're so committed to making a difference spare this country, she said. I think it has enabled and energized President Trump. Trump was recently inquired by NewsNation in case he's concerned around his security ahead of his return to Butler. Well, I'm continuously worried, he reacted. But we're progressing to come back. And I'm satisfying a guarantee, I'm satisfying truly an obligation. His most steadfast supporters at his Energizes, counting the one on Long Island where he kidded around the yips, haven't been discouraged from seeing him in individual. I know a few individuals are frightened to come, but I'm not, said Eileen Deegan, 63, a nurturer from adjacent Yonkers, modern York, who said she was motivated by Trump's choice to keep on campaigning given the dangers. The reality that he didn't allow up, he's willing to battle for our nation, how might you not back that, she inquired. That will that he has, doesn't provide up. It's exceptionally contagious. Trump told his supporters at a rally in Wisconsin on Saturday that he would proceed battling no matter what deterrents and perils are tossed on our path. But he had another point to form. I tell you what, I had a great life sometime recently I did this, he said. Nobody was shooting at me. I had a hell of a life. Related Press essayist Scott Bauer contributed to this report from Waunakee, Wisconsin. Copyright 2024 The Related Press. All rights saved. This fabric may not be distributed, broadcast, modified or redistributed.